Know what to eat, but find yourself not eating it. Perhaps you've been on diets and off again and just wonder why you can't stick to them. The Eating For You podcast, hosted by me, Sally Ann Pisk, will show you what's been missing so you can enjoy a healthier way of eating that lasts.
Hi, Sally Ann with you. And today, because it's still February and it's Gut Health Month, I thought I would share a few insights and tips around mindful eating and gut health. Having grown up with a sensitive gut, it's taken me quite a while to find a way of eating that keeps my gut healthy and happy. Before I move on to mindful eating, I just want to share a definition of gut health and how gut health impacts on our overall health and well-being. There isn't a recognised international definition of gut health, and this definition kind of covers off the main points around gut health: the absence of gastrointestinal symptoms such as bloating, excess flatulence, pain, diarrhea, constipation, gut diseases, and other undesirable conditions, gut permeability, inflammation of the gut lining, and also an imbalance in the short-chain fatty acids that are produced in the large bowel. Through research into the gut microbiome, that's the community of bacteria that live in our digestive system, we know that how they digest food or break down the byproducts of food have an important impact on many aspects of our health. And there's good research available now to show an impact on blood glucose levels, lipid metabolism, blood cholesterol profiles, insulin sensitivity, body composition, inflammation, appetite and satiety regulation, obesity, and our mood and mental health. So there's many good reasons for us to take care of our digestive system. Through my own understanding of mindful eating, I know our gut doesn't just react to what we eat, but why, how, when we eat are equally important. And this is why mindful eating is a game changer when it comes to gut health. Our guts also react to stress, hormone changes, poor quality sleep, and a lack of movement. Food is the first thing we often blame, but this is a myth because it may not necessarily be the thing that we need to focus on to resolve bloating and flatulence. If we look at the principles of mindful eating, the awareness of the eating experience, the observation of how our mind and body are reacting to the food that we're eating, and our curiosity how well the foods we have chosen are nourishing us, are an important aspect of not only putting us into a calm state before we start eating, but we pick up on our mind and body cues that can help us to continue to fine-tune what, when, why, and how we eat. The practice of mindful eating in itself could make a big difference to how well your digestive system is working and reduce those sensitivities you experience after eating. My first question to you about mindful eating is, do you eat without distraction? Or do you do multiple tasks while you're eating? I really suggest turning off the television, turning off the radio, and every other device that could possibly distract you while you eat a meal. Put down the book, the magazine, or the newspaper. Allow yourself to just eat. If you're thinking, I don't have time to just eat, then you're certainly not alone with this. But there's many good reasons why eating without distraction can improve our health. Not only can it reduce some of these gut side effects from eating that are rather unpleasant and often painful, eating without distraction is a big contributor and help to us actually finding and maintaining our ideal natural healthy body weight. Not convinced? Have you ever tried to fill up your car with fuel while the car is still moving? No, I didn't think so. Our bodies are the same. To be well nourished, we need to stop and just eat. My horse Chit Chat is a great model of this. When Chit Chat eats, that is all she does. Eating without distraction allows us to relax and focus on digesting food. When we are distracted or stressed, the mobility of our gut changes. And in Eastern medicine, they have a saying, where the attention is where the chi or the energy goes. Again, suggesting sitting and eating and focusing on the experience of eating is the best thing we can do to digest our food, absorb as many nutrients as possible, and reduce those unpleasant side effects of eating that our gut sometimes experiences. So don't feel like you're wasting your time if you notice your food, you take appreciation for the colours, the flavours, the aromas, and the textures of your meal. My next question is, do you chew your food? The chewing of our food is an important part of the digestive process, another good reason to stop and just eat. Chewing our food to a consistency of like thick pumpkin soup or an applesauce means that the amylase enzyme that's released in the mouth can start the digestive process. Chewing also triggers the release of acids in our stomach, and these are required for digesting food as well. And by chewing our food well, it also means nutrients can be more readily absorbed from the small intestine. It is in these ways that chewing reduces reflux, bloating, and flatulence. My next question, do you over or undereat? Both overeating and undereating can contribute to gut disturbances. Tuning into hunger, satiety, and fullness levels is essential to make sure you are eating just enough. Overloading your gut with food might occur if your portion sizes are too big or the timing of your meals and snacks are not quite right for you. I'm just going to cover now a few of the common habits that make getting the amount of food right difficult. The first one is not tuning into hunger. At my public speaking events, I always ask the audience whether they eat due to hunger and to raise their hand if that's the case. No one ever or very rarely raises their hands, and people sort of look around, smile, and start laughing. We are not taught how to eat in tune with our hunger and satiety signals, so there's no reason to feel embarrassed or that you're doing something wrong here. We are more likely taught to eat by the clock. That's at set meal times. The reasons why overeating plays havoc with our gut, it just means it's receiving too much food to digest easily at the one time. So we feel heavier, we feel uncomfortable. That can lead to the bloating and pain as the digestive process continues. Digestion just takes longer because there's more food there at the one time. Overeating in the evenings even adds further issues to our gut problems, as our bodies are not designed to digest large meals after 7 p.m. in the evenings. The next habit is skipping meals. So that's why intermittent fasting, unless you're eating in a routine that honours your body's natural hunger cycles, might be adding to gut problems and probably adding to your waistline as well. Undereating can lead to digestive problems as well. Constipation is often related to not eating enough. We need to eat enough calories from food to trigger the gastric colic reflux. This is the mechanism that helps move food and byproducts of digestion through the entire gut. Research suggests that women can suffer constipation if they're only eating around 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day, or in kilojoules, that's around 5,000 to 6,300. Being underweight can also contribute to constipation due to the loss of muscle. Snacking is the final habit I want to tap into today. I'm often asked what are healthy snacks to eat, but my response to this is not a list of healthy snacks. It is a question. Are you hungry when you snack? And not surprisingly, the answer is no. Yet again, no. What I have found working with clients for over 30 years is that there's a false belief that we need to snack between meals. But if we go back to the principles of the eating for you approach and mindful eating, ideally we eat when we're hungry and we stop before we are full. 9 out of 10 times when I ask my clients about snacking, their habit has nothing to do with hunger. A snacking habit usually has more to do with boredom, stress eating, comfort eating, and reward. Eating too frequently means we don't give the gut time to rest and tidy up. The gut needs time to do a self-clean, which is called the migrating motor complex. And this is a mechanical and chemical cleaning process that the gut needs to have between meals. It also occurs overnight. For our gut clean to occur, we need to have at least 2 hours between a meal and snack. But of course, only snack if you're hungry. My clients usually have 3 meals a day, and if they do snack, it's often in the middle of the afternoon, especially if there's a longer break between their lunchtime and their evening meal of around 6 hours. This gut clean is essential to move food and byproducts from the stomach to the end of the digestive tract. I have 2 final tips before we finish today. The gut appreciates a routine when it comes to your meals, not one that is set by the clock, one that is guided by your level of hunger. Drinking between meals helps you to prevent overloading the stomach and the entire digestive system. I recommend warm drinks rather than chilled, as some people are very sensitive to cold drinks and food, and these can trigger bloating and stomach cramping. Mindful eating allows us to observe how our mind and body respond to food, and that is why it is a powerful tool to have in your toolkit. If you suspect or know that your eating habits are related to non-hunger habits such as stress or eating due to uncomfortable emotions or boredom, then don't try and figure this out by yourself. This is the very reason why I offer a mindful eating strategy call, because it gives us time to talk about your unique eating habits and health goals. And if I can help you, I will outline a plan for you. If I'm not the best person to help you, I will refer you on to someone who can. Please let me know what you enjoyed from this episode and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to sharing with you again next week. You have been listening to the Eating For You podcast with Sally Ann Pisk. If you are looking for additional support to enjoy a lifelong way of healthier eating, then join me in a free 30-minute call to see if our approach is right for you. I have included the link to book an obligation-free call in this episode's notes.